Odd question, but does anyone actually remember the Pink Panther? I'm not talking about the comedy film starring Peter Sellers, or whatever wank this is trying to get away with. No, I'm talking about the actual character of the Pink Panther himself. He appeared in all the intros to all the comedy films, but he also got his own slew of animated shorts that were very good. I remember watching them as a kid and loving them. He seems to have faded out of the modern consciousness, however. For what reason, I do not know. He did manage to have a few video games made about him. Mostly a bunch of point-and-click adventures on PC like Space Mission, Animal Rescue, and saving planet Earth with recycling. Woo. But he did manage to have his own game on the PlayStation 1 as well, which we'll be looking at today. The Pink Panther Pinkadelic Pursuit. A really obscure PS1 game that I used to play as a kid. So obscure that there doesn't seem to be any information about it on the internet. Well, regardless, let's take a look at what this game has to offer. The game was released in 2002, developed by Étrangers Les Bleus, never heard of them, and published by Wanadu, never heard of them. This is looking great so far. We get our title screen. Not much to say except that the Pink Panther seems a bit too optimistic about the menu options here. The story is that the Pink Panther has received a letter informing him to go to his uncle's house, only to find that his uncle has sadly died. But, I mean, who cares about your dead relatives, am I right? Because literally after like 4 seconds of mourning his uncle's death, he soon finds out that he's inherited his uncle's house and treasure. And he's just all like, yeah, fuck my uncle, give me that cash, boy. Money, money, money. But when we start the game, we're in no such luck, as it seems that our uncle has hidden his treasure in the attic, and the only way to get to it is to collect 12 keys by exploring the doors in his house. Each of the doors leads to a place that the Panther's uncle has explored, like Egypt, the Stone Age, a haunted castle, and a construction site. Great adventure. As you can see, the game is a 3D side-scroller, and it's done very well with an art style that's faithful to the animated shorts. And what's also cool is that each of the levels you explore is based off a specific Pink Panther cartoon. Nice touch. So let's begin our first level, the Luxitania. The idea of each level is to get a key, but before you can do that, you have to complete a certain amount of other tasks first. And the loading screen of each level gives you simple instructions letting you know what objectives you need to do and in what order. But nothing else. Nothing about where the important items or characters are in the levels, leaving the exploration and finding out up to you, which I quite like. In this level, we have to give some bananas to a random gorilla who just happens to be on a cruise ship, so he'll let us pass to get a bomb to clear yet another path. And then we have to steal something, which is where the game's main gameplay concept comes in, the pursuits. You see, some areas of the level and some items are blocked by something or someone who will need a certain object that you must bring to them. But that item is being guarded by another character who is not so keen to part with it, so we must steal it while being chased by whoever was guarding them. And they will not give up until you get the item where it needs to go. If they catch you, they can take it off you, but you can also hide using these fun little hiding places that are unique to each level. It's a fun concept that requires you to know your understanding of the level to know the best route, where to hide and whatnot. I really like it. After stealing a chicken for this waiter, we can go on to the next part of the level, where we need to use a bomb to blow up another barricade, but somehow not damaging any of the environment or enemies around it. I don't get it. And then finally we steal a key in yet another chase and then go to the exit. Oh wait, what? Oh, apparently I was being timed. Yeah, so there's a set time for each level to be completed in. If you don't beat it, you get this sarky prick here, even though he did fuck all, but if you beat it, you are given 200 coins. The coins are used to buy portraits in the portrait gallery, which are just pictures. Yeah, that's it, and from what I know, they do nothing if you collect them all, so they're kind of pointless unless you want to look at dumb shit like this. Anyway, on to the next level, where we are on roller skates being propelled towards the right. You have to avoid shit along the way to reach the key. You can hold down to make yourself go faster, and oh shit! It adds a bit more variety to the gameplay, and I think it's really fun. No, slow! Wait, what did that guy say? No, slow! Playhouse log. Okay then. You have to react fast to the obstacles, because if not you'll get hit, and some are quite hard to avoid. Oh shit! Ah! Oh Christ! Bloody Nora! Ah! Oh, that was fun. Of course, earning more keys unlocks more levels. There are 12 total levels, 6 platforming levels, 3 of these roller skate levels, and 3 boss levels. And that brings me on to the game's main issue, its length. It is incredibly short, even if you're taking your time. The platforming levels take about 5 minutes each, and the boss levels and the roller skate levels only take about 2. You can beat this game in under an hour easily, even under half an hour if you know the game well. It's kind of a shame really. But we may as well try to enjoy it while it lasts. The next level is the construction site part 1, where we have to steal a burger from the most ploddy builder I've ever seen, but as soon as you steal his food, he's running and bounding like the Flash on crack. And then we must bring some toilet paper to a guy having a shit. Quality. The next level is Egypt, where things surely can't get any more weird. And it just did. What the fuck is that thing? What is it even doing? Yeah, okay, you do you, mate. I'm just gonna take this and... Oh, what is that noise? No, fuck this, I'm out. The level after is our first boss level, the greenhouse. Watch out, my man-eating plant is starving, and it loves pink meat. What? Oh, okay. So this guy here, this very pink-looking guy, thought it would be a good idea to keep a huge killer plant in his greenhouse that specifically loves pink meat. This guy right here. Fucking idiot. Regardless of our uncle's dumbassery, the plant boss is actually quite easy. You just have to go around the perimeter of the greenhouse placing 3 bombs by its 3 weak points without getting seen or else. From here we can move on to the upper level of the house, and the next level, the Stone Age, where they have exploding eggs that came out of some animal's arse and a caveman just casually watching some telly here. Ow! And we also get to steal a bone from an anorexic Yoshi. Lovely. The next level is another roller skating level, the Ice Rink, where cars drive on the fucking pavement, the police walk like complete pillocks, and there is just a giant snowball waiting to kill any innocent person who comes by it. Just marvellous. The next level is Dracula's Castle, probably my favourite level in the game, mainly because of the design, look and feel are all on point here. I know I said this earlier, but I just want to point out how good of a job the devs have actually done with keeping this game close to the original source material, by using the art style of the show and having levels based on specific shorts with little details hidden around. And it's complemented by the music, which is actually quite good. The soundtrack is rather jazzy and upbeat and fits the vibe of the Pink Panther very well. Just listen to some of these. Not too shabby indeed. The next level is our second boss fight. I brought back a dinosaur from one of my journeys, and for fuck's sake, why? Why? What is it with you and pets that want to rip your fucking head off? Idiot! This boss again is very easy, if not easier than the last boss. It's a Donkey Kong style boss where we have to bring a bone to the top platform avoiding boulders, and placing a bomb with it to trick the dinosaur into eating the bomb. Repeat 2 more times and that's it, you win. Yeah, that's actually pretty grim. I'm just gonna leave this humongous corpse to rot here. No biggie. We're now onto the last stretch of the game, starting with yet another roller skating level, the Construction Site Part 2. It's just the same as the other ones really, but just a little bit harder, not much to say at all. The last level before the final boss, however, is called the GANGSTE'S Lair, and just to remind us that these are meant to be places that his uncle has explored. I suppose this adventure was just him going down the street to the bar and getting shit-faced. Nice adventure, mate. Here we have to help some gangsters who are just so intimidating you don't want to mess with them, blow up a safe only for us to betray them later and take their money. And then we finally steal a key from this guy who must have OD'd on some Prozac because he seems way too happy to be standing there doing fuck all. And then we're on the final boss level, the attic, where we have to kill this gangster who just happens to be in our attic somehow to get the key to the treasure. It follows the same pattern as the other bosses where we have to use bombs to kill him, which to be honest, to use this for all 3 bosses is just lazy, boring and stupid in my opinion. The only difference this time is that he has 6 lives. When his back is turned, place the bomb and wait for him to get blown up. I mean, you would have thought he would have noticed the obvious explosive right in front of him. Anyway, he's still not that hard and eventually dies in the most funny way possible. He just goes bloop. And finally, that's the game. Time to watch the ending cutscene. Okay, so his uncle faked his own death, left his house and treasure to his nephew so he would have to go through all the shit, and at the last minute, he comes and like, sup, not actually dead, thanks for the treasure, dumbass, fuck you, the end. What a cunt. And with that, that's the game. Although they do give you a cheat code to access the cheat menu where you can change a lot of things. You can have loads of money, invincibility, no enemies, no stalkers, and hell, even an option just to win the fucking level. Yeah, fuck you, you pale prick. Try beating this time. And that's all there is to Pink Panther Pinkadelic Pursuit. A surprisingly decent 3D side-scroller that I feel is a bit underrated. While the game is largely let down by its length, what it does have in gameplay, graphics, and music and faithfulness to the show is pretty good. Not amazing, but decent. While what the game has is moderately fun, it's a shame that there's not more of it. And with that, I will give the Pink Panther Pinkadelic Pursuit a solid 6 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this little reminiscing of a character that seems unfortunately forgotten nowadays. But he will hopefully live on in his cartoon shorts, his obscure PS1 games, and this shite. Thank you very much for watching everybody, and goodbye.